The newest uncirculated quarter from the San Francisco Mint is finally available, and tonight we have them, the Women Making History program, San Francisco Uncirculated Quarters in high grade 67. Let's take a look.
Yes, that's right. 2023's second women's quarter is finally here. It's Edith Kanakaole, a famous hula dancer from Hawaii who is the second coin released in the second year of the Women's Quarter series. That makes it the 7th coin in the series, and these coins in this condition can be almost impossible to find today if you don't know where to look. And that's because these coins are the rare San Francisco Mint uncirculated quarters. They are some of the rarest ever struck in this condition by the San Francisco Mint. We have the 2023 Edith Kanakaole, as well as the original coin that started the year off, the Bessie Coleman, both in stunning NGC certified MS67 in the beautiful women's quarters holder that you can see here. We also have all 5 of the coins released last year in the first year in the series, all in stunning NGC certified MS67 condition. The Bessie Coleman is item number 905-10411. It's 905-10-41-1. For the Edith Kanakaole, that is 905-10480. It's 905-10-48-0. And the 5-piece 2022 set, all in MS67 condition, is item number 905-10044. That's 905-10044. And we are just $49.95 for the new 2023 issues and just $249.75 for the 5-piece set from last year.
Which breaks down to $49.95 each. Now here's the new obverse design they introduced for this program in 2022. It is designed by Laura Frazier. It replaced that original John Flanagan design that we have been seeing on our quarters since 1932. They did bring it back in 1999. It might look a little familiar if you are familiar with that commemorative gold piece they brought out to celebrate Washington. It was featured on those gold pieces, but it is finally on the quarter program now for these new quarters. This is a 4-year program, so it's a short program, so it's very attainable, and 5 coins per year will be released.
And one of the biggest parts about this series when it came out was that the U.S. Mint announced that they would be striking uncirculated quarters at the San Francisco Mint. This is something that does not happen all too often. And for the stuff that was struck last year in 2022, every single one of those coins immediately became the rarest uncirculated San Francisco Mint quarter ever. That spot used to be held by the original from 1932, the one and only, which had over 408,000 total coins struck. Last year we saw them have an average of about 300,000 and change of these San Francisco Mint uncirculated quarters. And the reason their mintage is so small, the only way to get your hands on this S Mint beauty was to buy a 3-roll set from the US Mint. So you had to buy a 40-coin roll of the P, the D, and the S of each and every design released in this series to get your hands on these stunning San Francisco Mint quarters. But the problem is, many of them don't grade out as well as you'd expect a modern issue coin to grade. And in large part, that's due to the fact that as US Mint technology has improved, our designs have gotten better and better and more intricate. But the problem is, the more intricate the design becomes, the harder it is to strike and the even harder to grade. Currently, MS67s are almost the top of the line, with only a few 68s for some of the designs known to exist at all.
Incredibly difficult to find high grades. The proof is in the numbers. If you look at the population reports on NGC's website, you'll find for 2022, the lowest, actually let's start with the highest, 3,285. That's the highest number of 67 or better are known to exist. That's for Sally Ride, issue number 2. The lowest is Nina, that's number 4, and that is 1,268. And that's out of 302,600 coins, which breaks down to about 0.4%. So 2022, you're looking at a total number of 5-piece sets available, just 1,268. Now, although they did increase the mintage figure a little bit for 2023, it's actually becoming even rarer to find and harder to find these 67 grades, because the Bessie Coleman that was released early in the year, we're almost halfway through the year now, there's only 1,152 of them known to exist in 67 grade or better. And Edith, number 2, 1,272. So these are actually rarer, 0.23%, 0.25%. You can't even touch them.
Yes, another way to wrap your mind around the MS-67 being the highest grade, these grade out a lot like some of the old school Morgan and Peace dollars would, where you're just not going to get a near perfect 69 or a 70, and if you somehow do, by some grace of God, that's going to be a several $million coin.
Right.
In this series, there are some dates that don't have more than single digits. I'm sorry, some dates. Some designs in 2022 don't have more than single digits in MS-68. That's how rare these coins are above the MS-67 grade. And even in MS-67, you're talking about an incredibly small number. If 1268 out of 302,000 was 0.42%, how is 1.2 thousand against 500,000 going to grade out? You're talking about less than 1/4% at least, and I think it's going to be significantly lower than that when the dust finally settles. Looking at last year's coins, the Maya Rudolph, the Maya released the first coin of the series in MS-67 condition. Today retails for over $100 if you can even find it at all. Very few have the coins from last year still in stock because these coins immediately became must-have pieces due to their incredibly small mintages. Add in the fact that it's the first time we've seen the reverse of the quarter change since the 1932 issue. This makes these must-have collector's coins that are going to be the perfect addition to any collection, and we are just $49.95 per coin, whether you buy the new 2023s or grab the 5-piece set from last year. You cannot go wrong with these incredible coins.
Now our competition, they're at $399.75 for the 2022 5-piece set. That's a savings of over $150 with us here tonight at America's Value Channel. Now we know some of you have been collecting these with us since the inception, the beginning of the program. So we have brought out Bessie Coleman and Edith separately so you can add to your collection. Some of you have gotten Bessie already, so now it's time to get Edith while it is launched. And we also brought out the 2022 set because these are just so special. We don't want you to miss out on this opportunity to own these rarities, because at a population of 1,268 sets known to exist on 67 grade, where 68s are few and far between, if any, it's a great place to be at a Mint State 67, and very affordable, just $49.95 per coin.
Yes, because as it currently stands, from the 2022 women's quarters struck at the San Francisco Mint in uncirculated condition, there is less than 0.5% of the entire mintage that are known to exist when we're talking about these 5-piece sets in MS-67 or better condition. Many collectors missed out on grabbing some of the coins released last year, and when they came back later, they had to pay an arm and a leg to get their hands on some of those coins released during the middle of the year. Don't miss out. Grab these new 2023 women's quarters while you can, because a coin this rare at a value this good is sure to disappear, and disappear quickly. With the phone lines getting a little bit backed up, I think it is time that we move on. Don't hang up if you're still on the line. We'll get to you as soon as we can, but let's see what we got coming up next.